So this is Thursday, like 3 weeks ago. Andrew pulls up to my house to capture some, not low light shots, but like evening shots. And, we can get some nice sunset footage or whatever it may be. So he gets here, I think it was like around maybe 3 o'clock, daylight savings. It's like evening time by like 2 already, whatever.
Yeah.
We hang out for a little bit while we're waiting for Renzo to charge the cameras in his laptop and everything. We get ready to go. We head out to a hill not too far from here where Renzo has previously bombed and broken his elbow on. And Andrew's like, yo, let's bomb this hill for some slow-mo shots. And me and Renzo are like, no, that's a stupid idea. No way. I distinctly remember Renzo asking Andrew specifically, do you know how to slow yourself down? And Andrew's like, no, I'll figure it out.
In my defense, I didn't think I was going to need to slow down. There was speed wobble. I couldn't put 1 foot off the board. Okay. I also I'm horrible at
1 foot riding.
No, I mean, dude, there was speed wobble. I would have died if I tried 1 foot.
You died anyway.
Stop. Yeah, well, sure.
And so I think we came to a middle ground of okay, we'll start halfway in the middle of this hill where there's flat, and then we roll in from the flat down the hill. And we're like, okay, cool. And so we go first try. There's no warm-ups to this whatsoever. There's no preparation for this at all. First try, we get onto the faster part. In the video in a sec we'll show, you could see that I start to slow down because I already feel like I'm going too fast. Andrew doesn't slow down whatsoever. And
I wanted the wind in my hair. I wanted to just feel free for the minute that I was gonna be riding down it. But okay.
And then he eats cue video. So after we pick him up, and
I laid unconscious on the ground for a minute.
That's right. Yeah, you laid you were unconscious, eyes open, on the ground for I would say a solid 30-40 seconds, and then we're like, yo, you good? And then you try getting up and walking away, but you got up and you were like a zombie. You were just and then fell again.
It was the second knock on the head that really got to me.
No, I was gonna say, I think it was the second time that actually did your shoulder a little bit worse than the immediate fall, the first fall. And we got you over to the side we got you on the sidewalk where there's blood dripping onto the sidewalk. Hopefully we can get a picture of that. I run up to my car and I drive down. We put a shirt on your forehead to stop the bleeding because, dude, when we got you up and you finally looked up at us, dude, your face was just covered in blood.
Was it really?
Yeah. And I remember you getting in the car and you're just you sit down and you immediately are like, oh, where the am I? So we were in the car and you're just oh god, my elbow, oh my shoulder, oh no. It was when we got into the house, when we finally got you into the house. Man, I don't even remember you walking through the driveway. I just remember you laying down or sitting down on my couch and you're just oh man, did I have a fall? You kept asking every 5 seconds, right? You had short-term memory loss. So you would ask us every 5 seconds, man, did I have a fall? And we're just yeah, man, you had a nasty fall. And you're just oh, my knees.
My knees were actually all messed up. Well, one of them was really messed up. The one that was probably took the majority of the trauma. And the other one was kind of messed up a little bit. My elbow was actually kind of messed up too.
What kind of jeans were you wearing? Because them didn't even rip.
If you look at my knees, it looks like I was bare skin. The jeans didn't rip at all.
Please tell me those are Costco jeans.
Those are Costco jeans, yeah.
Yes.
The first things that I start to wholly remember was them cleaning my head, my wound, because this was all gashed up. They were cleaning in the hospital. Huh?
That's where all the blood was coming from, was that?
Yeah, that's where I started to come to being able to retain stuff. And I even remember there, I was I was in an accident. Okay, what happened? I was on a skateboard. Okay. One of the craziest memories that I have that's still kind of scary is looking at the hospital. They gave me a hospital bed, right? looking at the hospital band and like reading the dates on it and being like, it's November, but like that can't be right. Like I don't know how we got to November. I saw that my birthday was October 30th. I don't know if I remembered my birthday. I just saw that it was October 30th. And I guess I knew that October 30th came before November, right? So I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, I don't remember what we did for my birthday this year. And I was like, I had to do the math to like figure out how old I was. Which is kind of
unconscious and doing math for this. And
yeah, dude, I was like 97. Okay, that's 3. Okay, 23. Yeah, that makes sense. And it was crazy. One thing I will say is like I continuously had like flashes of the accident, if that makes any sense. Like I don't know when or where. I just remembered like in between those bouts of like not being able to remember stuff, replaying falling down the hill a little bit. And it was very vague. Like I can only remember like it was a hill. I didn't know what hill it was. I couldn't remember like the feeling of like I'm gonna fall. Like there's no getting out of it, right?
I'll tell you this though, comatose Andrew and drunk Andrew are very similar. I remember before we left for the emergency room, you were just like, you went from like, man, did I have an accident? Wow, that's crazy, to like, look, if I don't make it alive, I just want to let you know, like, you're just like, I think I have internal bleeding. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die tonight. Like, oh my God.
Was I saying that? Are you serious?
Yeah, you're like, you know how they tell boxers that got knocked out in the ring to not fall asleep? He goes, should I not fall asleep tonight? And when they finally released you, we saw you walking out with the bandage all around your head and everything. And we're like, oh, finally. We go over and you just come out and you're just like, yo, where's my DC endorsement ship? And we're just like, yo.
I think I vaguely remember thinking the accident probably looks so cool. And like when I watched it for the first time, I was like, oh, I look like an idiot. I actually have no recollection.
Okay, so to start this off, I just want to say, a second ago, I was not smelling my armpit. I look over the camera, and it looks like I was smelling my armpit. My phone's on the floor beside me, and I'm getting text messages from my brother, so...